Okay, DeMonte, this is the jump at the end that felt kind of weird to you, but that I really liked. Um, I think you're fine. The consistency seems pretty good. You got big, giant, strong strides on the first four. Remember, this was 4-2-4. And you're up tall here in the middle two strides. And then if you look at the length of these strides, they're pretty normal. They're not reaching. Into the board, you got the toe above the heel. And you hit a flat contact on the board. The distance of that looks about right. The displacement off the board is decent. Not sure it couldn't be a little bit better, but generally if I see that you're not reaching coming into the board, then I'm pretty happy. I assume that this is going to move pretty well because you're not going to be hitting the brakes by reaching. Movement off the board. You do a nice job here. This is a really clean line coming down here as the knees cross. You've got this leg pretty much straight. And then on the front side, you get a little bit straighter knee than we probably would cue, but in the end, that lands on a flat contact. I really don't think that that hit heel first. We don't get every frame per second, but I think that this one is okay. And then I like the chest position here. You're not leaning back or anything. You're kind of letting things move. Generally, when you move well through the board, you are going to tend to have a little bit more somersaulting rotation. You're going to have a little more forward rotation, but you got to kind of take that and then use this swing to correct that rotation. So you see that the swing moves really well right by the other foot. It's a nice low motion, which gives you time to both correct the hip angle and get that angle and move forward while you're moving the angle back up into the air. Very balanced, good chest position. And I want you to pay attention to just where the reach of this leg is, because this is about what the hop landing should look like as well. They should all look about the same. Toe above heel right up until the point of contact, and then a flat contact, and you can see you got just a little bit of flex in that leg. Another low swing. Good displacement off of this phase. The one thing I didn't like on the landing here was that you go with this kind of single arm thing, which is not something you did for the entire practice. And then as you're coming into land, you can see that this arm is behind and this arm is in front. So naturally, you're going to get sort of a right shoulder forward rotation if that arm's coming behind, which means if the shoulder line is moving that way, the hip line is going to move that way, and you're going to get a little bit of a split landing. And you can see that that happens. Left foot is behind the right. So that's just all distance lost. Wherever that right foot is the distance you should have gotten, and that's probably good 6 inches. So nothing to sneeze at. Again, I'm not too worried about the landing right now, but I did like the position that you put together on top of this, not letting it get too far away, keeping that flat, and it should look just like this one.